Why your startup isn't raising, and it's not what you think. Recently, I diagnosed a stuck pre-seed raise in one conversation. The founders proved my diagnosis was correct by how they responded. They needed help with a go-to-market strategy, and they proved exactly why by declining to pay for it and immediately asking for free work. The company was a pre-seed edtech SaaS platform. They had raised $35K of a $400K goal. They had a product launch, users acquired, and revenue generated, but they were stuck and they couldn't unlock the rest of the raise. They thought they needed better investor intros and more visibility. The reality was their deck showed they were trying to serve individual consumers, prosumers, and enterprise buyers across multiple verticals with 3 different revenue models. Classic scatter, no wedge, no focus. So the real problem was not that investors were passing because of the market or the product. They were passing because the founders didn't understand sequencing. What I saw was multiple customer types with no singular focus, 10 plus subcategories with diluted execution, 3 revenue streams with unproven complexity, and an aggressive budget assuming full raise, so that was a $400K spend plan with $35K in hand. The diagnosis, they needed to pick one wedge, prove it, and then expand. That's not a pitch deck problem, that's a strategic execution problem. So my offer was a 2-workshop focus sprint to analyze their data and identify which segment was actually working, retention, CAC, growth rate, etc. Force a focus decision backed by metrics, so one customer, one segment in 90 days. Build a realistic execution plan with the $35K they had, not the $400K they hoped for. And to refine investor narrative around focused momentum, not scattered potential. The investment for them was a fraction of a percent of the raise they were aiming for. The value it could have unlocked was their entire raise by showing investors what they need to see. Focused execution on a proven wedge. So what happened next? After a week of silence, I prompted and received a reply. We can't commit to paid consulting at the moment. Would you be willing to introduce us to investors or relevant contacts in your network? Translation: we won't pay you for strategic help, but can you work for free? The irony here is they needed help understanding value exchange and professional relationships. Then they demonstrated exactly why by declining paid expertise, immediately asking for free favors, and not understanding why someone would only make introductions after working together. This is why they can't raise. Not the market, not the deck, not investor appetite, them. So what's the portable lesson for founders here? If you're stuck fundraising, ask yourself, can you answer each of these questions in one sentence? Who is your singular focus customer for the next 90 days? What one metric proves product market fit in that segment? What one acquisition channel works predictably? What are you explicitly not doing until you prove this wedge? If you can't answer these clearly, then that's your problem, not your TAM slide, not your competitive landscape, not your funding environment. Investors don't fund pre-seed buffets. They fund focused execution on proven wedges. Focus isn't expensive, but lack of focus is. Every week you burn cash on scattered execution is another week closer to running out of runway. So here's my question to founders. Is it harder for you to A, decide what to focus on, or B, say no to everything else? In my experience, B is always harder. Strategy is easy. Discipline is brutal. I work with a handful of early stage founders to force strategic clarity when there are too many variants. If you're ready to stop scattering and start executing, let's talk.